Hi guys and welcome to another video. So today we're going to be talking about the FIFA 20 career mode transfer budget. So up here I do have the full list of every transfer budget for every club across career mode. So really we're going to be focusing on the main sort of top 5 countries. But if there's any other team you're interested in, of course, you will be able to pause it as I do go through the leagues and the transfer budgets. Now, before we do get into it, a question I will pose to you guys, which just interests me: what kind of career modes do you guys usually go for? Do you like the Road to Glory career modes, or do you like to go for teams that already have a ton of money and stuff like that? Let me know what kind of career modes you guys tend to enjoy. But anyway, let's get straight into the video and have a look at these transfer budgets. So as you can see, this is a list of all transfer budgets. So here is Argentina, which I will let you guys just have a quick browse around. River Plate there with 17.1 million, which I think is the biggest one. No, it's not, sorry. Boca Juniors have 18 million there in Argentina. Quite an interesting league there if you decided to go over to Argentina. Australia, this is their transfer budgets. Austria, this is their transfer budgets as well. FC Red Bull there with 12.4 million, quite considerably higher than the rest. Belgium, this is their transfer budgets. We've got Chile and their transfer budgets as well. And we have China, where there's quite a bit of money in China. We have Beijing here with a whopping 55 million. So if you fancy going to China and just absolutely dominating there with Beijing, then go for it. That'd be I suppose quite a fun career mode to do. Now we have Colombia here as well, pretty even-ish amount of transfer budget being spread across the board there. We have Denmark as well. Here again, it's another with not too much in it in terms of transfer budgets, although we do have Copenhagen here with 9.1 million, which is considerably more than the rest. But now here's the one we've been waiting for, is England. Here is a screenshot of Manchester United, who do have the biggest transfer budget in the Premier League with 167 million. As you can see, we have Arsenal with 69.7 million. We have Aston Villa with 35.6 million, Bournemouth with 34.4 million, Brighton with 30 million, Burnley with 23.8 million, Chelsea with 86 million, Crystal Palace with 32 million, Everton with 48 million, Leicester with 42 million, Liverpool with 97 million, Manchester City with 167 million, just a few hundred grand behind Manchester United as well. Newcastle with 23 million, Norwich with 23 million. Now we have Sheffield United, who have the shortest and the smallest transfer budget in the league. I think this would be a very, very interesting career mode. Sheffield United won't have the greatest of sides anyway in terms of ratings for FIFA 20. So to go into a career mode with Sheffield United and maybe try and keep them up, I think that'd be a really interesting career mode because they have such a tiny transfer budget as well for the Premier League anyway, so that'd be a really interesting one. But Southampton have 33.3 million, Spurs with 72 million, Watford with 36, West Ham with 48, and Wolves with 39 as well. But now we have the Championship, where it is quite it's quite up and down with the transfer budget. So we have Barnsley with 2.9. Birmingham with 3.4, Blackburn with 4.8, Brentford with 7 million, Bristol City with 9 million, Cardiff with 10.9 million, Charlton with 2.6, Derby with 8.3, Fulham with a whopping 16.5 million, Huddersfield with 9.9, Hull with 6.2, Leeds with 15.1, Luton with 1.9, Middlesbrough with 13.4, Millwall with 2.8, Nottingham Forest with 11.8, Preston with 3 million, Queen's Park Rangers with 3.3 million, Reading with 3.6, Sheff Wednesday with 5.2, Stoke with 16.5, Swansea with 12.1, West Brom with 15.9, and Wigan with 4.1 as well. So who out of these teams would you go for as well? Of course, you've got the big hitting teams. You've got Leeds with 15.1 million. That's a massive amount in this league. But of course, the big one there, you've got West Brom as well with 15.9, the biggest in the league. I think that was it? Or am I missing anything? I don't think I am. Oh, sorry, Fulham 16 with the biggest there. So you'd expect them to go straight back to the Premier League. They already have a good squad anyway. But League One, which is the one you've probably been waiting for, because Sunderland have the biggest in League One. Sunderland have 4.8 million to spend, which doesn't sound like a massive amount, but in comparison to the rest, every single team is between 1 and 2 million, apart from Ipswich, who do have 2 million to spend. Ipswich have 2.4 million, we have 4.8, and the rest is everywhere, anywhere between 1 and 2 million. So it's a lot of 1.3, 4s, 5s, 6s scattered across the league. If you want to screenshot it there or pause it and have a look. But Sunderland, yeah, they have 4.8 million to spend. But with this takeover that's potentially happening over the next week or few days or so, will it go up to 40 billion? We'll have to wait and see. But let's have a look at League 2 now, where again it's anywhere really between just under a million and 1.5 million. That's generally what it is across League 1 there. I think the biggest there is at Northampton 1.5 there, Salford City 1.695, which I think that would be a really interesting career mode myself. Salford City, that's probably something I might do off camera, which is, brings me to the topic. If you are somehow new to the channel, or if you didn't know already, I am going to be doing a Sunderland Road to Glory career mode on this channel for FIFA 20, which should be starting on either the 18th or the 19th of September, which I'm really looking forward to, by the way. So yeah, keep your eyes out for that. I'm really excited for that. In France, of course, the immediate one we will have a look for is PSG, and PSG have a whopping 165 million to spend. There's only a handful of teams who even remotely compete with them, but not quite as much as that. In terms of transfer budgets, anyway, we have Monaco with 36 million. We have Lyon, who are on 36 million as well. Where are Marseille? Marseille only 16 million, which is quite disappointing. But yeah, so PSG are just going to run away with that, aren't they? Quite easily. Now here's the League 2 in France, if you want to have a quick stop and have a look at that. Now in Germany, we'll have a look for Bayern Munich with 124 million, which is absolutely mad. Dortmund with like half of Munich to come, or to at least try and achieve second place, I guess. But Dortmund, the second best side in the Bundesliga, 65 million for them to spend. We have Leverkusen with 42 as well. Schalke with 39. We have Wolfsburg with 40 million as well. So it's massively dominated by Bayern Munich, the Bundesliga. But now here is the second tier of the German football here. If you want to have a look at their transfer budgets as well. And the third tier, if you want to have a look here. Now here are the Dutch transfer budgets. If you do look, Ajax have a massive budget in comparison to the rest in terms of transfer budgets. Like I say, 31.8 million for them. No one really comes even close in the Dutch league, and rightly so, because Ajax are an absolutely cracking side, and they did do so well in the Champions League last year, of course. Now in Italy, the ones what we do look for usually is Juventus, who aren't going to be called Juventus in FIFA 20, unfortunately, because PES have gained the licensing to Juventus, but they do have 103 million to spend, which is absolutely massive. Now, if you have a look at Milan, they have 35 to spend. Napoli have 44 million. Roma with 37 million, and Inter have 48 million to spend as well. So that'd be quite an interesting one to go for, I suppose. I'm sure there will be plenty of Juventus career modes in FIFA 20 played out by quite a few people. Now here's Serie B. If anyone wanted to have a look at them, have a quick glance around those transfer budgets as well. The Japanese leagues, here we are. There's quite a bit of, well, it's relatively even actually in Japan, isn't it? Now here's in Korea, in the K-League, again, relatively similar transfer budgets. Now Mexico, pretty big transfer budgets here. In fact, there's the 33 million there from Tigres. I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce it. I'm not too sure. But yeah, quite a bit of money in Colombia as well, which I didn't. Sorry, in Mexico, which I didn't expect. There's quite a decent bit of money there. Now in Norway, again, it's all sort of 1, 2, 3s and 4s. Poland, again, 1, 2, 3s and 4s. Portugal, we do usually have a couple of decent transfer budgets here. FC Porto with 20.7 million and Benfica with 22 million as well. Two pretty big transfer budgets there for that league. Now Ireland, usually, as you can see here, it's not got much money in it at all. So if you want to a really difficult career mode, I'd go for Ireland. But Saudi Arabia, a little bit of money in here. We've got 25 million here for Al Hilal, 14 million for Al Nassr. But other than that, there's Al Ahly here, 15.2 million. I'm probably butchering these names, but there's a bit of money in there anyway. Scotland, usually you'd look at Celtic, 13 million, and Rangers, who have 7.5, but everyone else is sort of 1 or 2 million. Spain, now here are the big ones again. We have Atletico Madrid with 61 million, Barcelona with 169, which is absolutely colossal. I'm pretty sure that's the biggest on the game. In fact, no, it's not. It's Real Madrid who just edged it on 169.6. That's a huge transfer budget there if you fancy just absolutely ripping the world to shreds in career mode. Valencia 59 million, which is a massive amount as well. But that is the Spanish League, and there is the second tier of Spanish football. There's their transfer budgets as well, if you want to have a look at that. Swedish leagues as well. There it is. We have the Swiss League as well, which is there. We have the Turkish League, if you want to have a look at that. Galatasaray have a decent budget here, 25 million. Fenerbahce with 26 million as well, some decent transfer budgets there. USA, that'd be quite an interesting one as well, because there's quite a lot of money across the USA, as you can see. It's all sort of anywhere between 15 and 25 million. There's some really, really big transfer budgets here. 28 million here for LA Galaxy, so there could be quite a fun career mode there. But that is all of the transfer budget, guys. It is more of an informative video more than anything. But let me know which one or which team you're going to go for in your career mode as well, and which transfer budget are you most excited about. But anyway, that'll be everything, guys. If you have enjoyed the video, please hit the like button for me. It'd be massively, massively appreciated. And subscribe to the channel if you're not already to become a fully fledged member of the Sassy Army. But for now, you take care and stay jamming.